Good evening and welcome to another episode of Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. And ngayong gabi po mga kaibigan, iba ang pag-uusapan natin. Hindi siya strict hardcore medical concerns. Pero we will be talking about the importance of fitness at saka kung paano magprepara para sa mga ating mga sports, because importante na handa din yung katawan natin at saka yung our minds and our body should be ready for any sporting exercises para maging safe tayo. So yung guest ko ngayong gabi ay si Jay Garcia. Good evening. Siya ay isang registered nurse and certified fitness coach. Jay, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay. Jay, maraming mga bagong sports na lumalabas, no? Sa totoo lang, yung mga iba hindi ko pa nga alam totally, like itong high rocks, pickleball, mga bago ito. Ano itong mga trends ngayon in exercise and in sports?
Okay, so to give you a brief background kung paano siya nagsimula. Itong mga sports na to, first of all, matagal na siya sa market, sa fitness industry. Nagkaroon lang ng resurgence, especially after pandemic. Kasi 'di ba nung pandemic medyo na-isolate yung mga tao sa bahay lang. So, nung after pandemic, nagkaroon ng resurgence sa mga social activities or social sports. So, kung mapapansin mo, itong mga sports na to, yung mga pickleball, paddle, tennis, lahat to is outdoor activities. High rocks, ganun din. So, although high rocks is ginagawa siya sa parang warehouse type of facility, pero more of social din siya kasi marami kayo na gumagawa ng exercise at the same time.
Okay, so para bang dito nag-evolve yung exercise as opposed to syempre nung bata ako, it's soccer, basketball, tennis, whether singles or doubles, swimming.
Nandun pa din naman siya, pero ngayon kasi ang tao ngayon is naghahanap na sila ng mas sustainable type of activity.
Okay. Pagka sinasabi natin sustainable is you need a smaller space, ganun ba yun, or less time?
Not in that sense. Sustainability meaning yung magagawa mo siya for a longer period of time na hindi ka naman sobrang pagod. So more of a social thing. For example, yung sa racket sports, anuhin natin. Ang tennis kasi siya yung pinakamahirap sa mga
The most intense actually,
sa mga
yes.
racket sports. Pero nagkaroon ng resurgence yung paddle and pickleball na matagal na naman sa ibang bansa. So itong mga version na to ng racket sports, mas madali siya kasing gawin.
Okay.
So kahit mga nasa edad 40s, 60s and up ka, tapos wala ka talagang background sa sports, you can do pickleball for example.
Okay.
So yung mga tao, mas nadodraw sila sa ganitong
I
activity.
see. So kung baga, itong mga new sports na ito, ini-integrate ito into the lifestyle, into your daily lifestyle.
Yes.
Parang nagiging after work, it's a way to bond also.
And you
ganon.
don't need too much training for it. So
Okay.
basta you can do the basic, you can walk, you can run, make basic hand and eye coordination ka. You can play pickleball.
So basically, it's doing things at your own pace.
Yes.
Compared to yung parang may mga strict rules, ganon, and
Totoo.
set na right. Okay.
So more of para siyang play sports eh. So ngayon kasi 'di ba mas na yung mundo ngayon, mas fast-paced na siya. So parang kailangan natin tandaan ng exercise is another stressor. It's a physical stressor actually. So when you do it, when you overdo it, so hindi rin siya maganda sa katawan. So ang mga tao ngayon nahanap na nila yung ano ba yung pwede kong gawin bukas ulit or the next day.
Okay, sige. So yung yun nga ang ibig mong sabihin, sustainable.
Yes.
If you want to do it 5 days a week, it's not going to hurt you so much that you cannot go to work the following
Yes,
day.
that's true, that's true.
Okay, pero even if these are, sabihin na natin, less intense, meron din mga preparations ito, di ba? And how important is it to prep your mind and your body for doing sports? Para iwas injury, di ba? Because when you say sports, yung ano niyan, the other part of the sentence is injury eh. And injury has a lot of downtime.
Okay, so in an ideal setting talaga, kailangan mo ng tinatawag namin sa fitness na PARQ or Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire.
Okay.
So, isa siyang checklist na ano siya, talagang proven na siya na ginagamit na rin siya sa medical field. No? So, may mga checklist yun. I think it's 7 questions.
Okay.
So, pag may isa ka doon na yes, doon sa mga series of questions na yun, you have to consult for a medical clearance you get a medical clearance from a doctor.
Okay, before you can start.
Ideally, yes. Pero in reality, ang nangyayari kasi, kaya minsan nagkakaroon din ng injury. We tend to jump to the sports right away or to an activity right away. So doon nagkakaroon ng gap, doon nagkakaroon ng injury or hindi ko pa pala kaya to kasi kunyari ginawa ng kaibigan mo or ginagawa mo siya before. So ginawa mo ulit na parang feel mo kaya mo pa. So doon nagkakaroon ng mga at risk for injury yung mga tao.
So kung baga in traditional sports, yun na sinasabi nila that you have to stretch before you do any sort
Yes,
of exercise.
basically in any kind of sports, kahit sa athletes pa yan or normal fitness enthusiast ka, you have to warm up and cool down after. So pag sinabing warm up, for example, may dalawa tayong type yung static and dynamic warm up. So yung dynamic warm up, ito yung mga ni-introduce mo in a slow pace lang yung activity or yung mga pine-prepare mo yung mga muscles na i-activate siya depende dun sa sports na gagawin mo. For example, you're playing paddle or pickleball. So, siguro magkaroon ka ng mga hip mobility exercises, mga leg mobility exercises, something
To
like that.
prepare you for what you're going to be doing.
Hindi pwedeng jump right to the sports ka and you're gonna run there.
Nako, I am guilty of that.
So, minsan doon nagkakaroon ng injury talaga. Doon madalas, like 90%.
Okay. And some of these common injuries, para lang malaman ng ating mga viewers, is ano yung mga common sports injuries na talagang we should watch out for?
Usually yan, kapag mga racket sports, since yun naman yung topic natin, no? Meron tayong mga tinatawag na tennis elbow.
Okay.
So, dahil marami siyang lateral movements when you move side to side, marami siyang running, sudden stops yan, mga knee, mga ankle. So, usually strain lang naman yan.
Okay.
Pero,
or sprains.
Sprains yan.
Okay, Jay, marami tayong napapag-usapan, no, because this is a very broad and varied topic. But going back kanina dun sa sustainability natin, pag sinasabi natin sustainable, no, syempre meron din itong cost implications.
Yes.
Meron din itong time implications. options. So generally, napapansin ko ngayon, people really want to be as, how would you say, para bang cost efficient and as practical as possible. So ano ba ang dapat natin gawin? How much time and how much money can we allot dito? Like ako ngayon, gustong-gusto ko tumatakbo. So I think it's important to invest in good running shoes, iwas injury, tama?
Yes. So, ganito kasi yan eh. Yung investment varies from person to person.
Okay.
How much are you willing to shell off dun sa sports or activity mo? So, for example, in you, running. So, kung titignan mo, basic lang ang running. You just run. You need a safe environment to run. You need a good shoes. Okay, so, sa damit naman, kailangan mo lang ng
Dry fit.
na hindi ka mag-aamoy yung damit mo. So, yun po, doon papasok yung
And
sustainability.
a plastic bag to put it
Yes.
all in when you're done.
Pero marami din naman na tao na meron talaga silang budget for that. So, they will buy really good shoes. Meron bang tinatawag na carbon fiber shoes. May mga ganyan pa. May mga specifics pa yan. So, yun yung mga extra cost na kung kaya mo naman.
Okay.
Okay? So, in terms
But
of...
it's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
So, pwede naman yung basic lang. Pero meron talaga na may mga tao na may extra budget, may money to spend,
To burn, yeah.
So, doon sila nag-invest. May mga gels pa yan na tinitake nila while running to sustain their energy.
So they can run longer.
Yes, they can do para mga post-recovery treatments after
Okay.
running para iwas injury. So, things like that. So, mapapansin natin, yung budget varies from person
From person to person.
person to person. Siguro yung mga 20s or nag-start pa lang sa career nila, siguro sila yung may mga limited budget. So marami namang ways, sobrang daming ways to do fitness.
So in other words, basically what you're saying is we can tailor naman our costs.
Exactly.
Same with time, 'di ba? Kasi like sa amin, no, kung halimbawa like ako 3 to 4 jobs ako, wala na talaga akong oras. So lahat ng fitness ko ay it's either in my free time, in between one newscast to another, or pagkatapos ko at 11 o'clock ng gabi, which is pupunta ako sa gym, is wala naman tao sa gym. So,
Yes. Personally, I'm a fitness coach, diba? So, I do one-on-one personal training. So, most of my clientels, ito yung mga businessman, diba? So, mga they run multiple business, they do multiple jobs. So, sila, they prefer to work out at home.
okay.
Okay? Kasi, for example, if you're gonna go to the gym, magbibihis ka pa. Siyempre, you want to be presentable naman while you're working out. You have to prepare things, tapos travel ka pa going to the gym, consider mo yung traffic, tapos yung pabalik mo pa. So, sabihin na natin yung sinasabi na common na sinasabi sa online na you only have 1 hour to work out. Pwede, pero depende sa setting. Kasi kung sa gym siya, for example, kung mas malayo pa, sabihin na natin it will take 4 or 5 hours of your time.
Right.
Parang travel mo doon, lahat.
And you also have to consider because a gym is a shared space.
Yes.
So may gumagamit ng barbell or nung machine
Yes.
na gusto mong gamitin, maghihintay ka pa.
Yes, it's
So you
more-
have to factor that in.
Exactly. And it's more of preference din kasi may mga profile ng tao na parang gusto nila, ayaw nila na maraming tao.
Okay.
Medyo introvert sila or medyo may fear sila sa yung ma-judge sila when they magkamali sila sa workout. So maraming ganun, things like that. So for me as a fitness coach, ang may advice ko sa mga viewers natin is know your profile kung ano yung kasi maraming type of activities na naman na pwedeng gawin eh. Meron pwedeng nasa YouTube ka lang, you just find a good channel na credible channel to follow. Pwede rin yun, you can do it at home. Kung busy mom ka, you're working juggling 2 jobs, may multiple kids ka, pwede naman sa bahay.
Okay. And ito, before we go on, Agap, ito yung question na last na tatanungin ko muna now because syempre, people don't necessarily know what is best for them. Most of the time, ang mga fitness programs or ginagawa ng tao is influence ng mga kaibigan. Sinasabi, uy, magaling ito, or dito ka papayat, ganon. Ano ba dapat talaga? Your fitness program also has to, kumbaga, jive with your own personal goals. Tama? Do you want to lose weight? Gusto mo bang magpalaki? Gusto mo bang maging triathlete? These are all, and the fitness regimen varies depending on what your personal goals are. Tama?
Yeah, it depends on your starting point. Kasi meron dyan yung mga matagal naman na sila may physical activity. Meron naman yung never in their lives na nag-workout or kahit gumalaw man lang. So, we have different starting points. So, ang may papayo ko is know kung sino yung fina-follow mo. Like
Okay.
for example, if you follow a certain person or in social media, make sure na credible talaga siya.
Okay.
Check the credentials, kung worth it ba siya pakinggan or i-take yung advice niya. Kasi nowadays sa social media, hindi mo na makokontrol.
Totoo, you
Yes.
don't even know what's legit and what's not.
Yes, exactly. Meron dyan.
Especially
hype
with
lang.
AI.
Exactly. Hindi mo na alam kung AI lang ba sila or ano.
Ah.
So, kailangan mong gawin yung part mo as a consumer. So, talagang magkaroon ka ng thorough research about what you consume.
Okay, sige. So, basically, when we come back, we will be talking about the parameters and the safety in designing effective fitness programs depending kung ano yun talagang gusto ninyo when we come back. So, sa pagbabalik ng Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal, marami pa kaming pag-uusapan. So, don't go away. We will be right back after these short messages.
"2025 was a meaningful year for Bingo Plus Foundation. As our purpose grew, it was time for a new chapter. Introducing DigiPlus Foundation.
Education is the bridge to opportunities. Through the Future Smart program, we empower learners and educators nationwide. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply learning for a better future.
Healthcare should come with no barriers. Kalusugan Plus delivers medical missions, and Embrace Plus mental health support, which empower every Filipino through compassionate and accessible healthcare. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply healing. One patient, one community at a time.
Every dream deserves a chance. In Wish Plus, we grant wishes, empowering individuals, families, and communities together with their partners. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply hope, dignity, and possibilities.
Disasters don't wait. Through the Bayanihan Plus program, we mobilize immediate response and recovery efforts. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply the spirit of Bayanihan across the nation.
DigiPlus Foundation is committed to delivering on our promise to bring help within everyone's reach. When support becomes accessible, impact doesn't just grow, it multiplies.
Madaling pa ba mag-cash in sa Bingo Plus?
Sa Bingo Plus, official partner na namin ng Bayad Center.
Easy!
License ba yun ng Pagcor?
Sa Bingo Plus, kaya responsible gaming lagi.
Ang fun!
Gaming? Na may insurance?
Sa Bingo Plus, sa PhilFirst, insured ang wallet mo ng 1 million pesos.
Safe nga! Talaga namang...
Sa Bingo Plus, partnered with Bayad Center, licensed by Pagcor, protected by PhilFirst. Sa Bingo Plus.
The best players succeed because they set boundaries. Every great athlete wins with control. Always have a game plan.
Nagbabalik po ang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal and kasama ko pa rin si Jay Garcia, registered nurse and certified fitness coach. Ngayon naman sa second gap natin, pag-uusapan natin ang safety concerns on choosing the right exercise, the right sport para sa ating lifestyle, and at the same time also ano ang mga responsibilities natin sa sarili natin, because di ba Jay, kanina you did mention na kailangan natin ng assessment. So if we cannot answer those 7 questions completely, ano ang mga dapat assessments na ito in the para bang angle of being safe?
Okay, so ganito, before we do assessment, me as a fitness coach, kailangan yung client ko or the person can define what his or her goals are. Kasi lahat to, wala siyang endpoint if siya mismo yung gagawa ng exercise or activity, hindi niya alam kung ano yung gusto niya mangyari.
Okay.
So iba-iba naman yung goal ng tao. For example, meron dyan ang goal nila is to lose weight, which is the most common.
That's the most common
yeah. Meron naman to improve their performance on their particular sports. Meron din dyan for mental purpose lang. They just want to reduce stress kasi stressful yung work nila.
Kasi usually, pagka pinawisan ka, di ba, nag-iiba eh. Mas magiging lighter ka, yung para bang you feel that you're actually healthier.
Yeah, so doon namin i-define. Pag alam na namin yung goal ni client, kung saan niya gustong pumunta, yun yung trabaho namin as fitness coach to bridge the gap between the goal and sa kanya.
Right.
So doon napapasok yung assessment. So sa assessment namin, ini-evaluate namin unang-una yung mental capacity niya to do the workouts. So, inaalam din namin yung mga likes and dislikes niya sa gym. Kasi doon namin i-weigh kung ano yung ibibigay namin sa kanya. Kasi pwede, for example, na ang effective pala sa goal niya is lifting weights.
Okay.
Pero ayaw niya na nagbubuhat. So mag-iisip kami ng ibang way. Paano namin ma-trigger or ma-improve yung muscle mass niya nang hindi kami gumagamit ng too much weight. So somethings like that. So it's a job of a personal trainer or a coach na. And sa designing naman ng program, if magde-design na kami, we always apply the KISS principle.
KISS principle. That's very, as in KISS, tama?
It's what we call the keep it short and simple.
Keep it short and simple.
Kasi
pag
nag-search ka ngayon sa social media, the problem is ang dami ng mga addendum na yung iba trend lang. Pero pag ni-research mo, parang for example, it's a cool way to do things or to do the exercise. But when you do a lot of research about it, yung effect niya pala konti lang or hindi siya significantly effective. Pero cool siya gawin, eye candy siya tignan. It's like parang ang galing mo gumalaw, ganyan. Pero i-research mo, yung effectiveness nun minimal lang.
Okay.
So we mga trained fitness coach or certified fitness coach, yun yung trabaho namin to separate what's yung trend lang ba or yung effective talaga.
Okay, so what we want to do, I think what everybody wants to do now is to be able to make the best use of their time and money. Meaning to say, kung alimbawa, if your goal is to lose, let's say, 200 calories in the time that you're exercising, you need to find kung ano man yun ang magbibigay sa iyo ng goal na yon, and not trend exercises that look like you can actually do it.
Yes, kasi ang common ngayon ang nangyayari ngayon sa social media or in general, kunyari ginawa ng isang celebrity or ng athlete, kunyari basketball player, sikat na basketball player. Tapos ikaw, since nagba-basketball ka, fan ka ng basketball, ginawa to ni gagawin mo lahat ng program niya. Pero hindi mo alam yung way, how did he arrive on that point, kung bakit niya ginagawa yon. So may steps yon before he arrived there. Yes.
Right.
So doon nangyayari yung injury din minsan. Kasi parang hindi naman pala prepared yung katawan mo, ginawa mo to. Okay? So ako, example, background ko is a nurse, diba? So ako, kapag mga weight loss programs yan, I always advise them to get medical clearance from the doctor. Aside from that, if magpa-check siya ng complete blood count para malaman namin mga metabolic markers, cholesterol.
So, importante lahat ito.
Importante ito kasi minsan, bigyan natin ng example, may isang tao na nag-workout siya as hard as he can. Sabihin natin, 4-5 times siya nag-workout in a gym, intense, or ginagawa niya na lahat ng diet. Yung pala, ang problem niya is hormone.
I see.
Hormonal problem. So, no matter how hard na mag-workout siya or how hard he tries, kung hormonal yung problem mo, that's a different thing. May iba pang kailangan natin ng iba pang allied medical member, like kunyari doctor na specialized for hormone therapy para ma-integrate dun sa program niya and mas maging effective yung gagawin naming fitness program. So it's not like just giving the person hard exercise.
So in other words, para sa ating mga viewers, although pwede mo naman siyang gawin yung para bang just to get a proper outline, but let's not rely too much on what we see on social media and on the internet. Yes, you can get good ideas from social media, but let's not yung parang let's still be responsible in checking kung ano talaga, kung bagay ba ito sa atin at saka kung kaya ba ng katawan natin na gawin ito.
Kasi ako actually, if yung client ko magtatanong sa akin, like kunyari, coach, nakita ko to sa social media, okay ba to? I appreciate that eh. Kasi, ibig sabihin, mas may educate kita. Kung masiseparate natin yung sa myths and facts na mga bagay-bagay sa social media. So, eventually, yung knowledge nito, ng tao na nagtanong sa akin, is nako-correct.
Right.
So, pag kinuwento niya yan sa mga kaibigan niya, sabi ng coach ko, ganito daw, ganyan. So, nakakapag-disseminate ka ng information na talagang credible, na may talagang may study.
Okay.
So, mas magiging safe yung fitness community if we do that.
Okay, pero Coach Jay, napansin ko, no, ang tao is very dependent ngayon on the internet. As a matter of fact, mas napapansin ko nga yung mga dating naghihingi ng advice sa eksperto na directly, medyo ang evolution ngayon is they just go to ChatGPT or some other artificial intelligence applications to ask these things. How effective and how accurate is this?
Okay, so yung technology na yan, di ba? So the technology is makes the fitness environment more easier access siya. So the problem is kapag dito lang yung sole basis natin, kasi di ba, what you feed on that AI on, for example, ChatGPT, pinaka-importante dyan is yung what you call as yung paano mo siya itatanong. Yung ano ba tawag doon, yung parang probe or something, yung algorithm niya. So, kahit nag-consult ka kay ChatGPT, kung hindi mo naman na-enter yung tamang input ng tamang pagtatanong, so kung what you ask, yun ay sasabihin niya.
I see.
Kaya, for me, the best practice na dapat gawin mo, for example, you're into fitness, nag-research ka, what's the best program for me? Tinype mo, lalabas, di ba? Pag lumabas siya, maghanap ka ngayon ng fitness professional na ibangga mo yung knowledge.
Right. Na para bang who is expert at this particular, so you can get the your questions answered firsthand.
And I got the word na, it's the prompt. Yung prompt niya. So, ibig sabihin, baka may nakalimutan kang data na kailangan mo palang ilagay yun para mas maging accurate yung sasabihin niya sa'yo.
Okay.
So, ang papaliwanag na nun is yung expert on that field na, nakalimutan mo, ilagay dito, for example, diabetic ka pala. So, hindi mo na ilagay dun sa tinanong mo kay ChatGPT. So, hindi niya na-consider na diabetic ka. Kaya ito yung binigay niyang intensity. So, idadagdag natin, babaguhin natin. So, ganun siya.
Okay, so pagka dinagdag mo yung word na diabetic, syempre magbabago din ang advice.
Kasi hindi mo niya alam eh. Uy, diabetic ka pala. Tinanong mo, eto lang. Pero kung certified or trained individual yung tinanungan mo, may screen niya yan eh, na parang, may sakit ka pa bang iba? Ano yung lifestyle disease na meron ka? Consider natin. Then, ito yung program mo.
So, the best thing is still to get expert advice, get your blood test, get your x-rays done, get your ultrasounds done, because this will be the baseline.
These are data. Actually, mas dumali yung trabaho namin as fitness coach. Kasi before, nung hindi pa ganyan ka-advance yung technology, we have to do it manually.
Okay.
So ngayon, mas mabilis na yung feedback sa amin na we have the data na kagad. Then doon na kami tawag namin dun yung parang clinical judgment mo as a expert on that field. So, madali mo nang ma-eliminate yung mga hindi kailangan, tsaka yung ano ba yung kailangan ng client mo.
Okay.
Then you come out with a good fitness program na para sa kanya talaga.
Para sa kanya talaga. So ngayon, ang uso ngayon at saka ang dapat is a tailor-made fitness program depending dito sa individual. Like if you've already had, let's say, an injury, like ako, meron akong radial head injury, which is kung paano nga tayo nagkakilala, no? So yung mga exercises ko, although hindi naman I don't need to nurture it or baby it, but I need to understand that nangyari ito. So yung mga gagawin ko needs to be of a certain type of exercise that will not exacerbate the injury.
Exactly, ganun siya. So pwedeng kunyari, ang goal mo is magbuhat ng mabigat. For example, because you want to get bigger.
Yeah.
So i-consider ko rin yan. Ano ba yung mga bagay na hindi mo pwedeng gawin? Like kung hindi pa siya fully recovered. Baka dahil sa injury, for example, just give an example. Baka limited na yung arm extension mo.
Yung mobility.
Mobility. So, yung mga safety nun, no, it comes, it's more technical but we'll not discuss it anymore. Pero, ibig sabihin, i-consider ko yun.
Yes, yes.
Ano yung range ng elbow mo when you extend it? May pain ba siya when you move it?
And then again, you would not know that unless I told you my history.
Exactly.
Kasi hindi nga tayo mga manghuhula. So again, just to give this as an example sa mga taong nais magtanong or to search what is good for them, you have to be honest di ba?
Exactly.
Kung kailangan yung maging honest sa doktor ninyo, kailangan nyo rin maging honest pagka nagso-search kayo on social media.
You have to select someone that, of course, aside from credentials, someone that you're comfortable with, that you know you can trust. Kasi it's an information you'll disclose something na parang personal sa'yo. So, pag dinisclose mo yun, syempre parang naging vulnerable ka. Diba? So, yung psyche doon is dapat when you choose someone aside from credibility, yung alam mo na comfortable ka to work with, or else magkakaroon dyan ng mga gray areas na pwede nating ma-miss.
Or has the same mindset. It is important
Yes.
that your coach or whoever expert that you're talking to understands your personal goals.
Exactly.
And is willing to help you arrive at those personal goals in a safe way.
Yes, kasi kami as a fitness coach, ako, for example, data-driven ako Kasi minsan, in reality, sasabihin ng client mo, coach, hindi ko na-achieve yung goal ko, hindi ako pumapayat, hindi ako ganyan. So, may data ako na, ito yung sinabi kong gawin mo. Sabi ko, for example lang, 4 times ka mag-workout in a week, 2 lang yung nagagawa mo in a week, na absent ka, nag-miss ka ng food. So, alam ni client kung saan yung key areas that he or she needs to improve on.
Okay.
So, mas maganda yung ganun. Open communication kayo.
Okay, so parang if you're starting to feel pain or if something feels different, you also have to be honest. Huwag mo lang kayanin, di ba? Because
Exactly.
it could be something that is indicative of something
Every
else.
information kasi for us is a feedback.
Okay.
So
okay.
everything that you tell us, we use that as a data to create or to improve your program.
Okay. So, Coach Jainob, sa ating pagbabalik on our third gap, pag-uusapan na natin yung how the mindset has evolved already. Kasi napansin ko marami ng different methods. Dati kung it's just a main one straight line with a couple of side streets. Ngayon, it seems that there's so many dimensions in fitness ngayon So, pag-uusapan natin yan later, yung mindset and other extra things that people are using to supplement weight loss or making themselves look good sa ating pagbabalik. So, don't go away. Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal will be right back. Makalipas lamang ang ilang paalala.
The 2025 was a meaningful year for Bingo Plus Foundation. As our purpose grew, it was time for a new chapter. Introducing DigiPlus Foundation.
Education is the bridge to opportunities. Through the Future Smart program, we empower learners and educators nationwide. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply learning for a better future.
Healthcare should come with no barriers. Kalusugan Plus delivers medical missions and Embrace Plus mental health support which empower every Filipino through compassionate and accessible healthcare. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply healing. One patient, one community at a time.
Every dream deserves a chance. In Wish Plus, we grant wishes, empowering individuals, families, and communities together with their partners. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply hope, dignity, and possibilities.
Disasters don't wait. Through the Bayanihan Plus program, we mobilize immediate response and recovery efforts. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply the spirit of Bayanihan across the nation.
DigiPlus Foundation is committed to delivering on our promise to bring help within everyone's reach. When support becomes accessible, impact doesn't just grow, it multiplies.
Madaling pa mag-cash in sa Bingo Plus?
Sa Bingo Plus. Official partner na namin ng Bayad Center. Easy!
License ba yan ng Pangkor?
Sa Bingo Plus. Kaya responsible gaming lagi.
Ang fun!
Gaming? Na may insurance?
Sa Bingo Plus. Sa PhilFirst, insured ang wallet mo ng 1 million pesos.
Safe nga! Talaga namang...
Sa Bingo Plus. Partnered with Bayad Center, licensed by PAGCOR, protected by PhilFirst. Sa Bingo Plus.
The best players succeed because they set boundaries. Every great athlete wins with control. Always have a game plan.
Okay, nagbabalik po ang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. Kasama ko pa rin si Coach Jay Garcia, registered nurse and certified fitness coach. Kanina pinag-uusapan natin yung safety parameters. That is really very important. Napakahalaga nun. Sana po ay marami kayong natutunan doon dahil ako maraming natutunan. No? And sa totoo lang, sa tanda kong ito, marami pala akong nami-miss out pagka meron akong mga ginagawa. So it's very important to do things the right way. And speaking of the right way, pag-usapan naman natin ngayon, Coach Jay, ang mindset. Let's be honest, no? At least nung time ko, it was either the hard way or the highway. Yung kung baga, if you wanted to have a nice body, number 1, you would diet. 2, you would exercise. And then, repeat. That's it. Diba? Yung para bang yun lang yun eh. Kung ano man ang exercise na gusto mo, maging gym man yan, maging swimming, maging kung ano man ang sports, talagang magbibigay ka ng oras at saka you will really have to zip your mouth. Sa totoo lang.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, marami nang nakakatulong na apparently you don't have to do those things anymore and you can still lose weight, you can still achieve your goal. So, can you tell us a little bit about etong mga theories na ito and applications and how safe they are?
Okay, so to give you a brief background, I've been a fitness coach for a long time.
Okay.
Since 2008, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so that's roughly, we're going on, how many decades
so
na?
medyo matagal-tagal na tayo sa industry. So, nakita ko talaga from there yung evolution from my starting point as a fitness coach or personal trainer up to now. So, napansin ko lang, as we go on, diba, technology improves.
Yes,
so
yes.
As we talk,
at dumadami.
Dumadami, di ba? May AI na ngayon. So, as technology improves, nagkakaroon ng options yung mga tao. Dumadami yung options. So, kung before, way back 2008, the option for you to lose weight lang, sabihin natin, is limited, kunyari, sa gym. Or, ito lang yung mga diet na open sa'yo. So, since dahil nag-improve din technology, madami na. So, meron na ngayon mga injectables to help you to...
Yun nga yes.
To help you to lose weight or to achieve your goal. So, para sa akin kasi, as a fitness coach, itong mga injectables na to, it's like the supplement. Actually, if you think of it, it's a supplement. Supplementary.
It will also only help the tried, tested way. Tama?
Yes.
So, kumbaga, it will be more effective kung tayo ay if we're mindful of our food intake.
Yes.
And if we exercise also.
So, going back, kasi we're talking about the mindset, di ba? So, ngayon, ang mindset ng tao is normal naman na, ingredients sa mga tao na we always look for the easy way to do things.
Right.
Okay? We always go for the position of comfort. Okay? We always seek that. So, dahil nga dito na lumabas na itong mga injectables na to, akala ng mga, if not, most of the people, is enough na tong injectable na to. I lose weight, then done. Tapos na ako.
Ayaw na nilang mahirapan.
Exactly. So, hindi natin na-factor in ang exercise. Ano bang benefit ng exercise? Babalik ka. It's not just about losing weight. It's about strengthening your bones, making your muscle mass more active or more sufficient para hindi ka natutumba when you walk when sa older age mo. Kasi what moves the bone, it's your muscle.
Yes.
So yung bone density mo, it also affects by the exercise. Another is mentally, it gives you happy hormone.
Yes.
So parang nagkakaroon ka ng happy hormone to do other things. So ito yung mga iba pang benefits ng workout na minsan na-shadow lang siya na most of the people, alam naman nila, pero minsan nakafocus na sila sa weight loss.
Okay.
So some of these drugs, to give you a brief background sa mga recent study, yung ibang drugs na ginagamit ngayon is na they found out na naglo-lose ka rin ng bone density.
Oh, that's actually a big concern, right,
Big
Coach
concern.
Jay?
And muscle mass. So for example, tumapa ka sa scale, nag-lose ka ng sabi natin 5-10 kilos in a short amount period of time. That weight loss, hindi lang siya nanggaling sa fat loss. Kasi as a fitness coach, what we want is magkaroon ka ng fat loss, hindi muscle loss.
Hindi muscle loss at hindi and definitely no loss on the bone density because this bone density is very important as we age.
Yes.
Tama?
So we understand the fact naman na hindi lahat ng mindset ng tao pare-parehas. Meron dyan talagang driven, meron kailangan talaga ng external help or boost. So we consider that as fitness coach. So we try to blend in na, so what's the norm ngayon? So people are into these injectables na peptides, everything. So we can discuss about it more in details in another in another topic.
Siguro maybe later on we can talk about these
peptides and supplements in detail.
In detail and how it can actually complement, 'di ba?
The exercise.
The exercise. We're not saying that these are bad. Actually, they are good, but in combination with diet and exercise. Hindi natin pwedeng isipin na ito lang, miracle drug, it's gonna work. Because kung yan ang mindset natin, there's also a tendency to overdo things, di ba?
Yes, kasi ang exercise mentally, it gives you also the drive to do other things. Parang na-establish yung hard work mo sa mga bagay-bagay. Not just in the exercise alone, maybe sa hardships of life, hardships sa work mo, how you face it. So, it develops your psyche in that perspective rin. So, hindi lang siya parang like a drug that you inject and tapos na, wala ka ng goal. Okay?
Alam mo bakit ako natatawa dito? Dahil naalala ko, tayo rin ito nung naging, how would you say, naging addict ako sa pagbaboxing dahil through boxing, yun, para bang you're able to let out a lot of your pent-up energy. And after boxing, you actually feel good.
You feel good, yeah. So it's a stress reliever.
Yes.
So yung sinasabi ko kanina na iba-iba yung goals ng tao.
Tama.
It's not just weight loss. Okay? So ngayon, in modern times, we try to accommodate that technology or that technique na yung client ko may injectables. So what we do? So we cater to that by, for example, yung program, mas binabago namin na mas more of weightlifting kami para masustain yung muscle niya. Kasi nga dahil may yung ibang drug, merong proven muscle loss din. So what we do to combat it is we implement ng weightlifting programs in a controlled environment, of course.
Pero how para bang many people because of this thing yung para bang that they're just depending on these injectables or this quick fix nga, how influential is word of mouth ngayon dito? Kasi napapansin ko talaga, maraming nagbibigay ng, ito lang ang kailangan mong gawin, ganun. So kahit na maganda na yung mindset mo, parang nababaling dahil sa advice ng iba.
So kasi ganito yan meron tayong tinatawag na yung hype culture. It's a human nature. Hindi naman siya masama, di ba? So you just have to be aware of it. For example, you're a group of 3 or 4 people. Tapos lahat yun, sabihin natin, yung 3 doon, gagawa ng injectables. Then, nakita mo, pumapayat naman sila. Okay? Pumapayat sila. So, ikaw, as a 4th person in that barkada or group, syempre, magkakaroon ka ng peer pressure na, bakit sila pumapayat ako? Parang 5 times ako sa gym, hindi ako na pumapayat. Ang bagal ng So, human nature, mapipressure ka talaga.
At may insecure ka, para bang, what am I doing wrong?
And to be fair din, syempre, yung friends mo, kaya mo sila friends, kasi you trust it. You trust them, di ba?
Yes,
so,
yes.
pag sinabi ko na,
There's got to be some sort of credibility there.
yeah, so, you have to try this, ganyan. Ay, okay naman sa'yo, gumana sa akin. So, you try. So, minsan, yun yung danger. Kasi minsan, what's effective on other people is not effective
Yes,
on you.
tama yan. And
Okay.
just the same with advice. Kaya nga ako, I'm really careful with giving advice because the advice that worked in my life based on my personal experiences, it may not be the best advice for somebody else kasi iba ang pinagdadaanan nila.
Exactly. Kaya dapat anything in healthcare, dapat I believe na it should be your personal choice. Even if you consult, for example, a doctor or fitness coach, if hindi ka satisfied sa explanation, you do a second
Ask further.
opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. With a doctor, they diagnose you, you still need to do a second opinion just to make sure.
So,
Tama nga yan.
what you do is, you compare Doctor 1 or Fitness Coach 1 sa sinabi ni Doctor 2 or Fitness Coach 2. You gather all the data, lahat ng sinabi niya based dun sa tinanong mo. Then you select, then you make an decision based on it. So, ito tawag na informed judgment or informed
And also
consent.
based on your particular situation because not all of the advices would apply.
Yes, exactly. Kaya kami din, of course, exercise has risk also. Hindi
Right.
naman siya like bulletproof na gumagana talaga like 100%. So, may risk of injury. Even nga maglakad ka minsan,
That's true.
matatapilo ka.
Actually nga, sabi nga nila, if you're worried about risks, you will really, even going to the bathroom and showering, that's a risk. You just need to take calculated risks.
Yes,
tama?
exactly. Kaya kami ang rule namin as a coach is to provide an environment, a controlled environment for safety. Kasi yung exercise alone is may risk na yan. Okay? So pag hindi mo control yung environment, don't do the exercise. So what do I mean? For
Yes.
example, if I handle an elderly person, just for example, I'll clear the things na, kunyari, kung may nakakalat dyan na dumbbell or equipment, syempre I'll clear that. More of space yung kailangan
Kasi
ko.
hindi mo na, iba na yung movement ng
Iba na yung
elderly.
movement, lalo na kung decondition, iba na yung gait cycle, maliliit na yung gait, yung
Oo,
steps.
minsan nga, nagsaslide na
Yes.
lang ang mga paa eh.
Iba na yung center of gravity nila. So, isipin mo if may mga clutter dyan. So, that's risk. So, as a coach, you can control that. You can...
Even reflexes in an elderly person is not the same. So, that's also something we need to consider.
Exactly. Or if you do kunyari, sabihin natin mga bootcamp style ng workout outside in the environment. So,
because you want to establish something, you want to establish more intense strength, more intense yung para bang resilience, ganyan. You also have to try to see kung ano ba yon, if the advantages outweigh the risks. Tama?
Exactly. Tama yun.
eh.
Tsaka kung lagi mong tatanungin kasi as a fitness coach, ano yung maging what's the upside of it?
Yes.
Ano yung benefit nito?
Even if I achieve it, is the benefits really all that great?
Outweighs the risk. Yeah, exactly. Kasi, for example, nature, hindi mo makokontrol yan. You train in a mountain, you train in the shoreline, in the cliffs, or whatever, training that you want to do. Hindi mo control nature yan. Unpredictable yan. So what you can do to...
And it's also unfamiliar Because bukod sa hindi mo nga alam, nature yan, hindi mo rin alam yung terrain dahil hindi mo nga siya gamay, di ba?
I'll give you an example. Kunyari, triathlon event.
Okay.
So it's a swim, bike, run. So it's in nature. They ride the bike in the mountains or up hills. They swim in an open water. So yan, before you come up with that event, lahat yan nakasecure na meron na yung standby medics, lahat yan may mga risk assessment na yan, kailangan nila i-disclose kung may sakit ba sila existing, they can swim at least, di ba? So, lahat yan controlled na. Pero minsan, papansinin mo kapag may triathlon event, kapag extreme na yung weather, kasi weather sometimes is unpredictable, di ba?
Because of climate change and a whole bunch of other
They
things.
cancel the event. Even on the same day of the event.
Seriously?
Yeah, in triathlon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ano yung nagiging implications nito?
What do you mean implications?
Like, for example, may cost implications yan for the organizer also, but still, it doesn't
but
matter. If it's a safety thing,
safety.
still.
You cancel it if it's a safety thing.
Okay. So, in other words, safety will always take priority and precedence over anything
It's still a
else.
business, but I think it's naka-factor in na yan sa price na kapag what if this happens, this thing canceled, paano tayo makabawi or they can reschedule it. Pero the thing is, if it's done outside or in
You
nature,
need to factor
you have
safety.
to respect nature.
Yes.
Okay.
At saka syempre marami din tayong mga participants. Hindi natin kontrolado kung ano yung gagawin nitong participants na ito. So kailangan we have to think para sa kabuuan.
Yeah, and no matter how of a good coach you are,
Yeah.
laging merong things that you cannot control.
Tama.
And also if you perform duties beyond your expertise, doon nagkakaproblema. Kaya nga pag sinabi na it's a team. So meron kang, kunyari nutritionist, I cannot do overboard na pakialaman ko yung nutrition ng client ko or ano. Kasi may nutritionist for that.
Right,
That's
right.
his or her expertise.
Everybody has their own role.
Yes.
And on that, meron ka bang before we close, ano ang personal and professional advice mo sa kada individual na nais pumasok into a fitness program for whatever goals they have, but chances are it's weight loss. Let's angle 70-30 to everything else.
So my advice for you guys is always have the information at your hands, Get an expert opinion advice on everything that you do. Then dun ka gagawa ng decision mo. Kasi exercise is a good and fun way to do, but delikado rin siya if not done properly.
If not done properly. So, with that being said, sa mga meron iba pang katanungan, saan kanila pwedeng kontakin para mas personal yung yung pag-uusapan ninyo?
You can message me on Instagram. My handle is @CoachJWellness. So, minsan baka late lang makasagot kasi it's busy, but definitely I'll reply.
You will reply. Okay. So, thank you. Itong si Coach J, matagal na kaming magkakilala. At saka, he is the one who is responsible para sa pagbalik ng aking injury. Naku, kung nakita nyo ito, parang spaghetti ito noon nangyari yung injury ko. But then, at least, it's back. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to give this time to say thank you sa lahat ng ganon. So, once again,
My pleasure.
for this episode ng Agapay, si Coach Jay Garcia, registered nurse and certified fitness coach. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us and our viewers and also to me. So maraming salamat. Until next episode, keep safe everyone. Thank you very much.